Welcome to Taste of Mercy. Today we're cooking with rice. We have three great recipes to try out today. The first one being a pineapple rice saute. The next one being a sugar snap pea with basmati rice. And then the final one is a vegetable and asparagus salad. And this is the cold salad, although they can certainly be served hot as well. Three great kinds, and we'll give you a little tip or two on how to handle the rice and the different kinds of rice. So settle back and watch the show. I'm at the Crisis Center of Johnson County, and with me is Crisis Center Food Bank Program Director Sarah Benson-Witchery. Sarah, we're cooking with rice, and a lot of people don't realize that rice actually is the single most consumed food item on the planet.
Yes.
That it sustains entire economies. It's big for hunger relief. I know you told me that it's a big item as far as in demand, what people ask for.
Yes. We certainly have a lot of clients from a variety of cultures, and we want to make sure that all of our clients, when they come here, feel comfortable and feel like they're getting foods that they can go home and use. Because rice is used in so many different recipes and in so many different cultures, it's a very good item for us to have on our shelves whenever possible. Well,
we hope to add a couple of recipes and maybe provide those for you as well for your clients. I'd like to talk to you for a moment or two about the Thanksgiving July annual community-wide food drive, the non-perishable food drive. It benefits the Crisis Center of Johnson County. Sarah, can you tell me a little bit about why this food drive is so important to the Crisis Center?
Absolutely. Thanksgiving in July is really helpful to us in the summer because we have clients that have increased need then. Any of our clients that have kids in the school district lose out on the opportunity to receive the free and reduced lunch program over the summer. In addition, we really have a lot of food drives in the school year because of the university and because of the students and our very generous community. But over the summer, that tends to dwindle a bit. And this is an opportunity to engage our community again and get in donations at times when a lot of our clients are really feeling the crunch.
Well, in the summertime, you have the fairs going on, you have vacations going on, you have a lot of competition, and people maybe not intentionally, but forget about that need that's out there daily and weekly for those food donations.
Yep, we absolutely love the winter holidays, and people are really great about remembering us, but we have clients coming in every day, every week, and we need to serve them in the summer as well.
So how can you get involved? There's many ways, just get creative. Anything you can do to organize to gather a bunch of food. It can be a food drive at your place of employment. Maybe you could get your boss to participate. It could be as simple as putting a box out there for people to make donations. It could be a car wash. It could be a raffle, a ball game. Just whatever you can do to get people to bring those canned items in. Sarah, what items does the Crisis Center need for their pantry here?
Well, we can use a lot of items. Anything that's non-perishable can go on our food sacks. But the items that are really popular are, the canned fruits, the fruit juices, canned vegetables, or those pasta sauces. Rice, of course, is always very popular. And then even those items like toilet paper and cleaning supplies, dish soap. Really anything that someone has in their pantry at home is something that our clients probably would like in their pantry at home. Another way that people can get involved is actually through monetary contributions, because our buying power is a lot better than that of the average consumer. We're able to purchase things at a greatly reduced cost.
Thanksgiving in July is going to be held for the month of July, and the last week of July, the grocery stores in the area are going to be accepting donations as well. So when you're in the store, if you want to pick up an extra item or two, or even buy a case of a certain item, that is certainly welcome as well. And That stuff will all go to the Crisis Center and help stock their pantry up. For additional information, go to our website, www.thanksgivingjuly.org. Nancy, before we start in, let's kind of talk about rice a little bit here. I have some samples here, something to look at.
You know, you think rice is rice.
Rice is rice, you know, and you know it's all over the world, but there's a lot of different variations on it, and you know, depending on what kind you're using, some take a little longer, some take a little bit more liquid, some a little less. But to the far left here, we have the long grain white rice. Now, when they call it long grain, the way they actually measure this is a long grain would be 5 to 6 times as long as it is wide.
Right.
So that's why they would call it long grain.
Okay.
And a medium grain would be, you know, like 3 times as long as it is wide. And a short grain would be it's almost round. Okay. And the longer the grain, traditionally, for the most part, you're going to see this is going to be a more of a fluffy rice. It's not going to be as sticky or compact. And the short grain is the one that's going to be the sticky rice. And just as it goes down the scale, it's going to be more sticky rice. The second one here we have is a brown rice.
It's my favorite.
Your favorite? Mm-hmm. The next one is an arborio. This one here,
Often used for
Italian type
desserts and
seasoned
risottos.
rice. There, it's more of a creamy type. If you're cooking it right, it actually is creamy on the outside and still a little bit of a firm center to it. And then the other one is the basmati rice, and this is a brown basmati rice. You can get that in the white also. And we're doing a recipe today with the brown. Now the brown takes a little longer to cook.
Lots more water.
But it's got more bran to it, if I understand it correctly. And there's kind of a nutty flavor to it.
That's actually what basmati means, aromatic flavor of nuts.
And then in the front we have, a wild rice, which actually is not
rice.
You know, everybody refers to the wild rice, but it's actually a seed.
Grass seed.
Yep. And you see, I think a lot of it is done in Minnesota. They raise a lot up there. But if you go into the stores, in the grocery store, you're going to see them more and more. There's going to be a lot of blends, a lot of mixtures, and wild rice blend, helps get that cost down because this is expensive. It's a small package.
They actually have to go out and get that in the canoes.
Right. Small packages is going to be $4.50, $5 for a little 6-ounce package, 8-ounce package. So it's expensive, but if you add some wild rice to it or some of the white rice to it, you get a little bit more mileage out of it. You can add a lot of different seasoning, a lot of different flavors. It covers a lot of different continents. The Asian countries. It's a mainstay there. It feeds entire continents with the rice. It's the mainstay as far as when you're dealing with famine. Today we're going to start with the basmati first and get that going because we're doing that at the stove. And while that's cooking, then we can come over here and do the salad, which calls for the rice to already be cooked. So we're using the leftover, not the leftover, but the cooked rice. Okay.
Plain over.
And so this is just a plain wild rice we have cooked off here. So let's go over to the stove first and get started on that, and then we'll come back to this.
Good.
All right?
This should be fun.
Nancy, this recipe is going to be the snap peas and rice. So I have the rice actually cooking. This is basmati rice, and this is the brown, which takes a little longer, so I want to get it started. And if you're going to cook with the brown, you're probably going to end up adding a little bit more water to it. Okay. Warming the skillet up, I'm going to put just a little splash of olive oil in here. You could use a pan spray if you wanted to. And I don't have a Teflon skillet this size. But
so we've got some nice omega-3 fats.
Okay. I took 4 green olives, I cut them up, and separated the white, which we're going to add to the skillet. And then the green part, we'll add that later on at the end. It'll help keep its color longer that way. And then I have a teaspoon of mustard seed.
Now that's not a spice that we often use in cooking.
Not a lot.
We use that in pickling.
This is going to give it a little bit of heat. It's a little spicier, a little zip to it. It'll get a little flavor to the rice. There'll be that crunch as well.
Okay.
With your mustard powder in a dry state, it's not real hot. But once you get a little liquid water to it, it activates something in there and brings all that heat out.
Okay.
And we just want to saute this for a couple minutes, we'll add it to the rice, and then we'll go back to the salad. When the rice is done, we'll finish this one off.
Okay.
So we're just trying to, utilize our time to our advantage so we can get more recipes done.
Yeah. It is starting to look good with the basmati rice. Now, basmati is usually grown in Southeast Asia, in India and Pakistan, but we're starting to see it grown here in Texas.
Oh, really?
They call it something different, though. It's called Texmati.
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 And the basmati has more of a chewy, nutty taste to it, a little bit more aromatic than what your white rice would be.
The basmati comes from the Hindu word of aroma.
All right. I'm going to add that in here.
So the rice will just start absorbing the olive oil and some of the seeds and the flavor.
Right.
So in basmati rice, usually your recipe calls for like a 2-to-1 ratio of water to rice. It looks like this might be a 3-to-1 ratio.
For the brown, for sure. Yeah, it's just taking longer to cook, and we'll add a little more to that. But most of your rice tradition, like you say, is a 2-to-1 on the average. Okay, we'll let that continue to cook, and we'll go start on the salad over here.
Okay.
So we're doing the vegetable and rice salad, 2 cups of the cooked white rice.
Now that was the long white rice
Long
that
grain,
was here?
that's correct.
Okay.
I'm taking 1 zucchini, and we will split it. And
So when you split something, that's safer for your fingers, isn't it?
it's easier to cut as well.
bit
You get a
flatter.
solid surface, you're not rolling around. So.
Yeah. Always that flat side down.
And another way to do it is without all the noises, to go like this.
I don't know, those noises are fun as a chef. That's
It
impressive.
sounds like you're making a lot of work.
And keeping those fingers tucked, that's important.
And this is another recipe where you could add different vegetables as well. You don't
Okay.
have to be the zucchini. You could use
So
yellow
we're adding
squash or whatever.
spinach and we're adding asparagus, parsley. All of those have that bright green color with that vitamin A just kind of resounding through there. They're all a good source of water, fiber, and color. One of our features of our cooking show, Ron, has been to get vegetables into people's diets with ease. And so a vegetable salad as a rice base.
I think we're doing well with this one here. We're going to need a little chopped parsley.
So you gathered up all the stems and took them away?
I
and
threw
then
that away
kind
just
of
so
bunching them so you
a
can
little
chop
tender
it.
green. This is quicker to dice up if you bunch it all together.
Parsley's always been known as the breath refreshener. And in this one, I think it's just going to add some nice crispness and texture to it. I planted some parsley this year for my swallowtail butterflies.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the favorite foods of theirs. Just like monarchs like the milkweed, swallowtails like parsley.
This is baby spinach. It's a little more tender, not quite as bitter as what the mature spinach is.
It's just coming into season in some of the farmers markets. Those that have a greenhouse that they can still grow some of the tender leaf ones. Spinach is one of those cold water or cold season vegetables. So it doesn't do very well in July. We're so used to having spinach leaves. I like the idea of chopping them all up, and that all of this is going to be a great source of iron, a great source of vitamin C, great source of vitamin A.
And you see, we started out with just 2 cups of rice, but we're just growing. We're going to
Filling.
have quite a bit when we get done here. Fresh asparagus, I cut it and blanched it with a little boiling water for just a couple of minutes, just to kind of soften it up a little bit. We'll add that as well. And you might have a spoon down there, do you? Maybe we'll have to make the dressing for this. In this bowl here, I have a tablespoon of olive oil, a tablespoon of water, and then I'm going to give it the juice of 1 lemon.
Okay. So just making our own salad dressing, there's no sodium to it so far. We have no salt added to this entire recipe, so very satisfying on the low sodium diets. And intense flavors, I think, with that lemon and
That lemon's
fresh
going to
olive
bring
oil.
the flavors out, yeah, quite a bit.
It'll help to enhance the vitamin C content and stabilize the dressing. So all in all, this is a pretty low calorie recipe and very low fat, very low salt.
I'm going to pull this up here so we can drizzle the dressing over it.
Now, is this one that would taste better after it marinates, or could you just do it right?
Well, you can do it right away, but I think this one would probably lend itself better with the setting for just a little bit. It's a nice contrast, that white and that
White
green.
and green. And color is something that we eat by, isn't it?
We certainly do.
Just attracts our taste.
You should have a bigger spoon, but we'll get the job done here.
So about 3/4 of a cup serving for the salad if you were doing it that way.
That sounds about right, yeah. Maybe one more spoonful.
Now, for
there.
persons who have diabetes, we've added lots of vegetables to this, so that's really going to help enhance their uptake of vegetables and not be overpowered by the amount of carbohydrate that's in the salad. Rice is always one of those intense carbohydrates. So
Well, this
would
is
be about
a,
a serving and a half of carbohydrate.
Quick and easy, very quick to put together as long as you have the rice, and that's something that if you eat any amount at all, you seem to always have a little extra on hand. So this is one way to use it up.
Good.
All right.
Well, I'm thinking I'm hearing our rice back here.
Time to go check it. All right, Nancy, I shut the rice off. It's ready
Okay,
to go.
looks
I
nice and
heat the
soft,
skillet
yeah.
up. Yep, and I have some of the jalapeno peppers diced up, and the green of the onion, the top part of that. Now the recipe calls for to leave a seed in the jalapeno pepper.
Did it? So we're
And
gonna-
well,
did you
I
take them
did
out
a
or
little of
did you
each.
leave them?
Okay, I just didn't put as much in. Huh?
All right.
No.
So you're milding it up.
Try to make everybody happy.
Okay. So that olive oil, we're just giving a nice coat to all the spices and herbs. And then you're going to add snow peas to it,
These are the
or sugar snap.
sugar snap peas.
Okay.
Okay. Nice and plump. I cut these into little 1/4-inch pieces.
And you do the French cut,
Yeah,
so that
more or less.
so that more cooking surface.
And we're just not going to do much more than just warm this stuff up and add to the rice.
Okay. So there's 3 different kinds of peas when you go to purchase them. There's sugar snap, there's snow peas, and just
Just
old-fashioned
plain
peas.
Peas, right.
All right. So the sugar peas last a little bit longer in the refrigerator.
Yeah, most of the time when you find your snow peas, well, I say most of the time, but a lot of people will buy the frozen snow peas. And these sugar snap peas are
The fresh ones.
very good when they're fresh, but they're good as frozen also. You can eat them right. But all the peas now they're doing that, but they're just taking some of the work out of it for you. But these were the fresh sugar snap peas. You could get the frozen ones if you wanted
Okay.
to.
You didn't have to take any strings off or anything, just
No,
put them straight in.
Now with these snow peas, you have to do that, and if you have to spend an hour or so doing that for a case of snow peas for a
Yeah, for a
lunch,
special dinner. Yeah.
you can appreciate it.
Okay. Well, that
Okay.
sure brought out the green of the chlorophyll, and you're just going to mix the two together.
We'll
with
add the rice
spices.
to that, then we'll mix it up.
So this could be a vegetarian entree, it could be a salad or a hot dish.
And if you want to add some meat to it, chicken or whatever, you can
Okay.
do that as well.
So rice is a very versatile tool, isn't it, in the kitchen? It's an extender, it's a base to many meals, very economical. It's a great source of vitamins, the B vitamins, which we consider we need those for energy metabolism. So most of our rice being carbohydrates needs that energy B vitamins to work with.
All right, so let's take that on over. And
I like the color.
it's another one, just like this other one here. We'll put to the green and white.
Okay, so we could have added some red peppers in there, maybe if we wanted
Absolutely.
some other colors.
I think this looks very nice, especially when the green is nice and bright green color.
Yeah. It didn't take long for that green to turn either, to stay.
Nancy, let's finish up with the pineapple rice saute. We're going to use a fresh pineapple and the rice and a few odds and ends, and it'll make a nice side dish, or it actually would go well with some chicken or fish also. It would be very good.
I always think of pineapple as a cold dish. I don't always think of it as heated. So this will be a treat to have it a heat to.
We're going to take and cut the
Those
nice
eyes off of.
size piece of pineapple, and we're going to pan fry it, heat it.
Okay. So we're going to soften up the pineapple.
And we'll set that off to the side, and we'll saute the onions and roasted peppers.
Okay. So again, we have lots of vegetables going into this and a fruit. Make it a sweeter dish with the pineapple. I love that we can get pineapples year-round now.
Very nice stuff.
So you're making it flat again, so you can slice easy.
You get the core out easier.
Okay.
And you can cut it any way you want. I'm going to do a little of this, I think. And we'll take those pieces.
So
and
brown, to be able to brown it and
so you
heat
want roughly about a third of a cup, something like that.
it. So it's not much pineapple.
It's not a lot.
Then I get to enjoy
and
the
you
rest.
can certainly put more in if you so choose.
Okay.
It's going to get some roasted red peppers. One of our previous shows, we did the red peppers, and we used the fresh ones and roasted them. These are just the ones in the jars. And you can see where they, a little bit of the
Yep.
char where they
Skinned
roasted them.
it
So
away. Okay. That is a convenience food, isn't it now, to have the roasted red peppers available to us? I like that flavor that they add when they're roasted. It's just an intense smoky flavor.
and these are good, but it's still not quite
Still
the
not
same.
fresh.
Yeah. Look at the nice colors.
Colorful, though.
Yeah.
So great sources of vitamin C, both between the peppers and the pineapple there. Vitamin C, great for collagen building, great for our circulation, great for cell building.
And green onions.
So these vegetables will be just slightly stir-fried in a
Right,
saute.
I'm not going to take much.
Okay, you know, so we're helping to keep and enhance the vitamin content and keeping some crispness to the saute. And that's what a saute means, isn't it, too?
Right,
Just
you're-
a mix of vegetables heated.
Yeah, and with this, we're going to, now the pineapple, I want to take and get that a little hot and see if we can kind of brown that a little bit. But the rest of that is just for a couple of minutes. And we're going to put a pinch of garlic in here as well. And I think I'll throw that in with
The
there.
onions.
So then we're going to need some pineapple juice. We're going to need a fourth of a cup of pineapple juice. We'll take that over with us. When we do that in a skillet, we're going to reduce it down until that pineapple juice is evaporated for the most part, and it absorbs in, and that'll go into the rice also.
Oh,
So
I
we're
like
ready to go
cooking
to the
that.
stove. Yeah.
I like cooking rice with a fruit juice of some kind. It just adds a nice flavor.
Okay, we've got the rice going over here. Now with the rice, if you have leftover rice, you want to
Warm it up.
reheat that. Take
Okay.
and about 2 tablespoons of water per cup of rice is about right to bring that back. And you just want to get that
Okay.
temperature up. And
Yeah, I always seem to cook too much rice when I'm making a batch, and then I have leftovers, which I like. So this recipe has no other sodium added to it.
This is all the
It'll be a
ingredients right here.
sodium-free recipe, low-fat recipe. We'll be cautious about how much olive oil that we used, and we're using a great monounsaturated fat for health. Okay. So this is kind of like grilling pineapple on my barbecue outside.
It'd be
And
great for that.
getting it like that. Because of the high sugar content, it's going to brown pretty easily.
Should, yeah.
Okay.
Give that a couple minutes. This is something that's great on the grill. You're taking even a little brown sugar and just rub a little bit on there to get that caramelization. I'll brown that up.
Well, this would be great with fish and chicken on the grill. I think any of the rice dishes that we've made today would be a nice enhancement to any kind of entree meat. Fish in particular for a lot of the ones that we've done.
And you can see on the edge this here is starting to brown.
It's starting to turn translucent color. Pineapple is one of those interesting fruits. It's got all those minuscule sections. They call them the eyes of the pineapple.
We're going to get these
I like one pan cooking.
one out, one in. Pineapple juice. And we have the rice.
Good. Okay. So a quick, fast vegetable fruit dish. That pineapple juice is going to add the sweetness of the flavor. It takes 18 months for those pineapples to grow
18
around.
months.
18 months. Yeah, in Hawaii they just
Wow.
have fields and fields of them in different stages. How pretty.
Yeah, nice color to it. There's pineapple, there's vegetables. And that's great by itself, but it definitely would be just real nice with chicken or fish on there.
Okay. That
Pineapple rice saute.